Go.
Good day, everyone. We are the Group 8 of PSHM12 from PUP Paranaque, and we are tasked to do a presentation of our topic in risk management. But before we start, we have a little fun game for you, our viewers, so that you can have an idea about our topic. So this video is here. Now that you have finished this challenge, I think you now have an idea about our topic. So our topic is about cleaning and sanitation operation in hospitality management. So Miss Vale will state the importance of this topic to our program.
Cleaning and sanitizing are important in hospitality management because they help keep guests and employees safe. Cleaning removes dirt and food waste while sanitizing it reduces germ and bacteria. Clean facilities make guests feel comfortable and satisfied, and they help create a good image for the business. Proper cleaning and sanitizing also help hotels and restaurants follow health and safety standards. Overall, these practices are essential for providing safe and quality services.
So thank you for that insights, Miss Vale. So let me first introduce myself. I am Angel Gonzalez. Now, I will give a factual information for you guys. Did you know that in many countries, foodborne outbreaks continue to happen because of poor cleaning and sanitation practices in food establishments? An example for that is in 2025 in Indonesia, there is a free meal program outbreak. So nearly 6,000 people, including over 1,000 children, got sick from contaminated meals in a government food program. So the investigation revealed that poor kitchen sanitation, such as dirty preparation tables, unwashed utensils, and failure to sanitize large cooking containers between batches. Meals were also prepared in crowded, unsupervised areas where cleanliness was not monitored. These sanitation lapses directly contributed to the mass food poisoning. So next, our objectives for today is for you to recognize the different processes that can be used to clean and sanitize equipment and utensils in our food establishment. The second is to identify the primary steps involved in manually and mechanically cleaning and sanitizing equipment and utensils. The third is to describe the factors that affect cleaning efficiency. Excuse me. Fourth is to identify the procedures used to clean environmental areas in a food retail establishment. So cleaning and sanitation are fundamentally relevant in hospitality for guest safety, satisfaction, and business reputation. So for the next topic is the principles of cleaning and sanitizing cleaning. So these are the important activities in all retail food establishments. Proper cleaning and sanitizing enhance the quality of the food. It increases the life expectancy of equipment and facilities and improve the overall sanitary conditions. Although both of them aim to improve the hygiene and reduces the risk of contamination, cleaning and sanitation are two different processes used for different purposes. So the first one is that cleaning is the physical removal of soil from surfaces of equipment and utensils. Most of the soils is food waste and residues. The equipment and supplies used for cleaning are different from those used for sanitizing. Second is the single-use item don't need to be cleaned because they must be discarded after use. An example for that is the plastic spoons, plastic cups, and etc. So the third one is that sanitizing is the treatment of clean surface to reduce the number of disease-causing microorganisms to safe levels. So there are two types of sanitizing. The first one is the heat sanitizing. So you do this by immersing the item in water that is 171 Fahrenheit for at least 30 seconds or use a high temperature dishwasher. So the second one is the chemical sanitizing. It is the soaking of item in sanitizing solution or rinsing, swabbing, or spraying the items with a sanitizing solution. So in the next topic, we have water. So water is the primary component of cleaning materials used in retail food establishment. So the first one is the first type of potable water is the potable water, which is free from harmful microorganisms, chemicals, and other substances that can cause disease. So in this type of water, it is safe for human consumption, and it also is ideal for cleaning processes. So the second one is the hard water. Hard water is caused by the dissolvement of salts, of calcium, magnesium, and iron. So the water hardness reduces the effectiveness of detergents, and it can also leave scale deposits on equipment. The third one is the soft water. So soft water has low concentrations of dissolved minerals. It is the opposite of hard water because it lathers easily with soap. So soft water can be potable, but it is not always advisable to drink water source due to its lack of minerals. So the next presenter is Miss Vale.
So, cleaning is not just wiping things. It is a process that includes 4 important steps. First, a detergent or other type of cleaner is brought onto contact with the soil. A detergent or cleaning solution is applied to the dirty surface. This helps break down grease, food, and other dirt so they are easier to remove. Next, the dirt is loosened by scrubbing, brushing, or soaking the surface. These steps help separate the dirt from the surface. Then the loosened dirt mixes with the wash water. This prevents the dirt from sticking back to the surface. And finally, the surface is rinsed with clean water to remove the dirt and the cleaning agent. Rinsing is important so no soap or dirt is left behind. Kasi kapag hindi nalinisan ng maayos yung bagay, maiiwan yung mga chemical dun sa bagay na yun, at which is very dangerous para sa pagkain. Next. Removal of food particles. Removal of food particles means taking off leftover food from plates, utensils, and equipment before washing. This steps helps prevent bad smells and makes cleaning faster and easier. Application of cleaning agent. Cleaning agent are soap, or chemicals used to remove dirt, oil, and germs. Using the right cleaning agent helps make sure the surface is properly clean and safe to use. And next is soaking. Soaking means placing utensils or small equipment in water with a cleaning solution for a short time. This helps loosen hard or dry dirt, making it easier to scrub and clean. And next, spray method. Spray method is a cleaning method where a cleaning solution is sprayed directly onto the surface. This helps the cleaner spread evenly and reach all parts of the area being cleaned. Mayroong dalawang type ng spray method, which is fixed and portable. Yung fixed uses a spray system that is permanently attached to one place, such as hoses or spray nozzles in kitchen or factories, usually used for large area or big equipment. Pag sinabi natin fix, ito yung mga panlinis na nakadikit na sa pader, which is hindi na siya nagagalaw. And next, yung portable naman, uses a handheld spray bottle sprayer that can be moved from one place to another, commonly used for small areas and equipment. Ang portable naman, ito naman yung mga panlinis na nalilipat, yung mga nagagalaw mo. And yung pinagkaiba nila ng fixed and portable, pag sinabing fixed, ito yung mga panlinis na hindi mo nagagalaw. Mga hand sanitizer sa mga fast food, di ba may mga sila doon panlinis ng kamay na hindi nagagalaw. Tapos kapag sinabi ang portable naman, ito yung mga panlinis na nagagalaw mo katulad ng mga vacuum, ganon-ganon. And next is abrasive na i-explain ni Miss Angel.
Next, abrasive. Abrasives are cleaners containing small minerals particles which create a scarring effect that removes dirt firmly attached to a surface. So abrasive powders and paste removes firmly attached soil. So they must be rinsed completely and used carefully to avoid scratching the surfaces. So abrasive should not be used on stainless steels because it is dangerous. For example of that is in food. For example, in pans, it should not be used in pans because for the food safety. And metal scouring pads, as shown in the picture, should not be used on food contact because it is due to the risk of metal fragments going into your food. Next is rinsing. So rinsing is after cleaning, surfaces must be rinsed thoroughly with hot, potable water to remove the detergent, which can interfere with the sanitizing. So it is this step is very important because if there is soap still attached to the surface, sanitizing will be hard to do. So this step washes the soap from the surface as well as any remaining food particles. So at this point, the food surface should appear clean, completely clean, as shown as the photo or as shown or as seen to the naked eye, as demonstrated in the photo. Moreover, next, so this is how you clean and sanitize. The first one is to scrape or remove the food bits from the surface. The second is to wash the surface with soapy water or detergents or cleaners. So the third one is rinsing off the surface. And the fourth one is sanitizing the surface. So the fifth one is allowing the surface to air dry. Next, this is how you clean in a 3-compartment sink. So first, you scrape off the items. The second one is to wash the items in the first sink. Third is to rinse the items in the second sink. Fourth is to sanitize the items in the third sink. And the fourth is to air dry the item on the clean and sanitized surface. Next, for the cleaning frequency will be presented by Miss Flores.
Cleaning frequency. Cleaning frequency is often how often a cleaning task is performed. The cleaning frequencies can be ranged from daily to monthly or even yearly, depending on factors such as number of people in the home, time spent at home, presence of pets, lifestyle, and the types of floor and surface. Like for example, meron kayong big family like lolo, lola, mama, papa, kuya, ate, bunso. And meron din kayong aso. You need to clean more often like sweeping daily. Or another example is if you are living alone with no pets, you might only need to vacuum or clean the house once or twice a week. Next, please. Recommended cleaning frequency at home. Daily cleaning is tasks are done every day, such as wiping kitchen, countertops, cleaning bathroom surface like sink and toilet, and sweeping kitchen floors. Like for example, after cooking dinner, like for example is wiping counter after cooking to maintain hygiene. And weekly, for the weekly is tasks done once a week, such as dusting walls and light cleaning light fixtures and switches. For example, every Saturday you dust the wall and clean light fixture to remove accumulated dust and keep your home fresh. Like yung mga sulok-sulok ng bahay is lilinisan mo, at saka yung mga ilaw once or twice a week. And monthly, next please. For monthly is these are more thorough tasks done once a month. Like for example is cleaning ceiling to remove dust and cobweb or buffing floor to maintain their shining. So, ito rin yung parang sa once a week. Yung lilinisan mo yung sulok-sulok ng bahay para mawala yung mga alikabuhok or cobweb. And the last one is once or twice a year. This is a major cleaning task often referred to as spring cleaning. Ang spring cleaning is parang siyang checklist. May isusundan ka sa checklist na yon. For example, is deep cleaning carpet to remove deep cleaning carpet, boards, and mattress, like that. And next is principle of cleaning and sanitizing. What is cleaning? Removing dirt, food scrap, and grease that you can see. Sanitizing is killing germs on surface after cleaning so the area becomes safe for food. Next is four principle of cleaning and sanitizing. We have four principle of cleaning and sanitizing. First one is time. Cleaning product need enough time to kill germs. For example is a disinfectant usually needs about 10 minutes on the table before wiping to make sure harmful microbes are killed. And the next one is temperature. Temperature affects how well cleaning works. Hot waters help remove grease faster and make cleaning agent more effective. Like for example, yung water is yung hot water and spoon. Pagtapos yung malinisan or maugasan is lalagyan mo siya ng mainit na tubig o ilulublog mo sa mainit na tubig para maging malinis talaga at wala ng germs. And next is chemistry. Choosing the right cleaning product for task or job so it can remove dirt, grease, or stains effectively. Like for example, using bleach and bathroom help kills germs on tiles and sink effectively. And for the last is mechanics. Mechanics is in a cleaning refers to the use of physical actions such as scrubbing on rinsing to remove dirt and bacteria. For example is kapag naglilinis ka ng lababo sa banyo, gumagamit tayo ng sponge o brush para i-scrub ang ibabaw ng gamit yung sabon. Tapos, binabanlawan ng tubig. Ayun yung physical action ng pag-scrub and rinse. And tumutulong para matanggal yung dumi and bacteria. And next, the Sinner Circle, a humanistic model of cleaning. The Sinner Circle is named after Dr. Herbert Sinner, a German chemistry, also known as the cleaning circle, and describe the effect of mechanism when cleaning. It is the interaction between four factors, namely temperature, chemistry, mechanical power, and time and their collective contribution to the cleaning process as well as the best economic return. Together, they determine and efficiency of entire cleaning procedure. That's it. Thank you. And next is for Miss Catherine.
Now let's proceed in cleaning equipment. Cleaning equipment refers to the tools and devices that we use in food industry to support and improve the cleaning process. These tools are designed not only to remove visible dirt but also to help reduce the risk of microbial, allergen, and foreign body cross-contamination. We have different cleaning tools such as brushes, mops, scrapers, and high-pressure waters, vacuum system, cleaning tools, and sanitizing equipment. Next. So, cleaning equipment can be categorized in two types, which is the first one is mechanical cleaning equipment. Mechanical cleaning equipment refers to electrically powered or battery-operated machines that assist with cleaning tasks. These tools reduce physical effort, increases efficiency, and speed up the overall cleaning process, making them highly useful in food industry operations. Examples of mechanical cleaning equipment, which is number one, vacuum cleaner. This is a device that uses a suction to remove dirt and debris from floors and surfaces. This is efficient for dry cleaning and collecting fine particles. The second example is polishing machine. This is a machine that is used to buff and shine hard floors. It enhances floor appearance and restores the smooth appearance. The third example is the floor scrubber. Floor scrubber, this is a motorized machine that scrubs, washes, and dries floors. This is ideal for deep cleaning large floors areas quickly. And the last example is steam vapor machine. This is a equipment that uses high temperature steam to clean and sanitize surfaces. It is effective for removing grease and killing microbes without the use of chemicals. Next. The second type is the manual cleaning equipment. This refers to tools that rely entirely on human effort and technique to remove dirt, debris, and contaminants. Since they depend on the worker's physical operation, proper handling and consistent technique are essential to achieve the effective cleaning results. So there are examples of manual cleaning equipment, which is number one, microfiber cloth. This is a sort of absorbent cloth used to swipe floors and surfaces. It traps dust, grease, and microbes more effectively than the regular rags. The second example is brushes. These are tools with bristles for scrubbing surfaces. It is used to clean crevices and textured area where clothes can't reach. Then the Then the third example is brooms. Tools used to sweep floors and remove loose dirt or debris. It's ideal for regular floor maintenance before wet cleaning. Next. Now, let's proceed on how to clean and disinfect floors. We have 4 steps, which is the first step is prep. Vacuum or sweep the floor before mopping to remove excess dirt and other particles. The second step is to mop. Mop or wipe with a disinfecting solution. Third step is wait. To disinfect, allow the solution to contact the surface for at least 10 minutes. And for the last step, rinse. Rinse it and air dry. Next. And for the last topic, let's proceed on cleaning ceilings and walls. First step is dust surfaces with a microfiber duster, then mix it with warm water plus mild soap. After that, wipe ceilings and walls top to bottom with a damp cloth, and then rinse it with rinse cloth often. And for the last step, wait and let the surface dry. Okay na.